On July 11th, we will commemorate the victims of the Volhynia massacre on the 80th anniversary of the so-called Bloody Sunday, the mass genocide committed against Poles by Stepan Bandera's organization of Ukrainian nationalists. Chairman of the Supreme Council of Ukraine, Ruslan Stefanchuk, announced Polish-Ukrainian cooperation and acknowledged that the truth about the events should be accepted. We are ready and open to cooperation with Poland. Together, we will search for and restore memorial sites. Together, we will restore from oblivion those who have been forgotten in nameless graves, both in Ukraine and Poland. Ruslan Stefanchuk thanked Poles for their assistance in repelling Russian aggression and exemplary contributions to humanitarian and military supplies. The whole world is impressed by the above-average humanity you have expressed in your attitude and determination of Polish people. You delivered to us the first Leopard tanks. The Ukrainian sky is protected by Polish MiG-29 planes. The Polish Foreign Ministry also sees an opportunity to strengthen bilateral relations, which should not be affected by history. The tragic events in Volhynia have been addressed in the past by Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. Kyiv wants to meet our expectations. This is the next step to clarify all these ambiguities in the relations between Poland and Ukraine when it comes to the Volhynia massacre, another step taken by the Ukrainian side. It can be said that step by step we are approaching a solution satisfactory to the Polish side. According to experts, Poland's not inconsiderable contribution to support to the struggling Ukraine is conducive to improving diplomatic relations. Stefanchuk called the Poles friends of Ukraine, who constantly prove their solidarity with Kyiv. Ukrainian nationalists and civilians who murdered 60,000 Poles are responsible for the Volhynian slaughter, a crime carried out between 1943 and 1945 in the Volhynian province of the Second Polish Republic. Some 3,000 Ukrainians were killed in retaliation. Russians, Jews, Armenians, and Czechs were also victims of genocide. The persecution reached the provinces of Lviv, Ternopil, and Stanislav. In total, some 100,000 people were killed. The cause of the crime was the growing hatred of Ukrainian peasants towards Poles. It found its final outlet during the Second World War, at a time when the statehood of the Second Republic was lacking. The largest manhunt took place on July 11, 1943. UPA units made a coordinated attack on 99 Polish villages, mainly in the districts of Kowel, Chorochowski, and Włodzimierski. Volhynia, which was the main theater of this slaughter, is historically a land associated with Poland since even the most ancient times, while the characteristic of this part of the Second Republic was that Ukrainians, Jews, and other nationalities also lived there. It was a multi-ethnic area, with such parts where Ukrainians obviously had the advantage. Ukrainian nationalism as a current of political thought emerged in the first half of the 19th century. Today, such radical views are not found in the Ukrainian public space. Ukrainians have also experienced suffering and loss of loved ones. Russian cruelty invaded Bucha, Irpin, Izium, Borodyanka, and Hostomel, where occupiers murdered, imprisoned, or tortured civilians. I saw such a small Katyn in Izium, where I was at the exhumation of the graves of Ukrainian soldiers murdered by the Russians. All the more reason for them to understand the need for reparations, at least in this form, to bring the truth to light and respect the burial sites and allow families to visit their fallen. According to experts, strong Polish-Ukrainian relations are a guarantee of European security. Today, the Ukrainians managed to achieve another success. The head of the Wagner Group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, announced the withdrawal from Bakhmut. The group had been fighting for the city since last December, in which 20,000 mercenaries were killed.